welcome to episode 1 of the Funko Dudes. That's all right, number 1. My name is David or Pop Elvie, and my co-host here is
Funko Dude number 2, aka Sensei Serum, aka Sizz Daddy, aka Felix.
aka proud owner of an OCD beanie.
Mm, mm. Yes, sir.
But for the first episode, we thought there's no better topic to cover than the most recent Funko event, the one that is all the jazz, New York Comic Con. Sensei, let's just start with a brief overview. How is your experience? What did you do?
Man, NYCC, what a great experience it was. I didn't go to the actual event, but of course, I lined up at my mall pretty early. I was probably there at 5:45. I was third in line. I
At
really wanted a
5?
Luffy. Yes, yes, believe it or not, it was super early, and I was really scared that Luffy would be such a hot item that families of 15 would come, try to get them all.
Oh no, the classic.
I I was so scared, but I got there early. It was like 35 degrees. It was cold. I had a little, chair, and I was all bundled up, double socked up,
Of
and
course, of course.
I had tried reading my Jujutsu Kaisen manga, but it was too cold to read it. I read like a chapter. I call it quits.
You could see at 5:30 in the morning.
Barely.
Oh
I
no.
made it work. And then was able to get third in line. Got Luffy with going Mary for myself and you because you missed out. You're not a big content creator, so that's why you missed out, right?
Oh no.
And then inside joke. Anyways, I picked up also two Gokus from Hot Topic, and then I was able to order everything I wanted online through Funko Shop.
Sweet. Do you have trouble through that?
I did. So it was a pretty fun experience. 8 a.m. happens, and right when I try to click in, I got the infinite crown of death.
Oh, yep, yep.
Kept refreshing, kept refreshing. 3 minutes passes, finally get in, and then when I look at the page, only 20 items are loaded. I was like, this doesn't seem to be everything, and I was really panicking. But I really wanted, like Itadori, I really wanted Anakin. I didn't see them. I had to keep refreshing, and eventually it loaded, and I was kept getting this error screen like, sorry, can't process payment or whatever. But
Was it the payment one or was it like the proxy one?
I think you know what, it might have been the proxy one because it was like 404 page not found.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I think it
yeah.
was that one. My bad. Other than that, 6 minutes past, 8 a.m. Everything finally checked out and got everything I wanted. Surprisingly, I didn't know it was two. You could order two per item.
Yeah, okay,
Did you
so
know
it
that?
wasn't just me then.
Yeah, I thought it was one per item, but
Did they announce that anywhere, or am I just like, do I just not read stuff enough, or
whenever it's a con drop, I always thought it was one per person.
that yeah, same.
But I don't know. Would I have gotten two of anything? Probably not. But I know a lot of people were after Luffy,
Mm-hmm.
Anakin, and probably Mikey and Donatello, right?
Yeah, and the Rubik's Cube and the Rubik's Cube.
Oh, how can I forget about the Rubik's
Yeah,
Cube?
it sold out before other stuff. What do you mean? The
Yeah,
hottest item of NYCC.
the camera.
Oh yeah, the Polaroid camera.
Uh,
Honestly, I'm pretty sure half the people that collect Funkos don't even know what that is.
it's a cute little thing, I'm sure a lot of photographers out there, and they see that and decide, that's the one that they want.
True, true.
There was a Itadori didn't sell out, and I was very surprised by that. Every other anime Funko Pop on the Funko.com website sold out.
Mm-hmm.
That one didn't. Very surprising.
Do you think it's
Probably
because?
because
Oh yeah.
yeah, no, I basic perfect segue. I think there's too many Itadoris. I don't mind personally, but
I was about
I,
to ask that. That's what, like the fifth one or something, and the line's not even out yet or something, right?
that's correct. There's already a Slaughter Demon one that came out for SDCC 2022, and now we have one of him in his Rook glasses.
Oh, okay, okay.
I don't think I got that far into the manga, but I think it looks fantastic. A lot of people probably think it's oversaturated and probably got turned off by that.
Well, the first wave hasn't even come out yet, right? Because it was supposed to
No,
come out in the fall.
that's correct. The first wave is supposed to come out or it was supposed to come out like September. We're
Mm-hmm.
already in October, so probably first quarter 2023.
Yeah, no, I that was my biggest thing is that I'm not a big Jujutsu Kaisen fan, but even through seeing on the last few drops, they've done it like Itadori every single drop, and it's like the commons aren't even out. Like you can't do that. Like they should be coming out like next NYCC.
Right.
But so My experience with the drop, first of all, 6 a.m. drops, absolutely criminal. Shouldn't be a thing at all. 9:30 drops, 9 a.m. drops, optimal. 6 a.m. drops should not be allowed. It's a Friday. I have to wake up for work. Gotta wake up an hour earlier. Just do not like that. But sitting there in my boxers, in my hoodie, ready to nab this Luffy, ready to beat all the bots. Our hot topic, we got an 8 at one and 12 at the other, and so no
Okay.
chance of me getting that at all. So sitting there, thing pops up, same issue as you. Half the items completely gone, and I'm like, what the hell? Like,
Right.
did the bots win? Am I losing right now, or what's happening? So keep reloading. Start adding stuff to cart. Add Itadori for you. Add Grape Ape. Add Anakin. Finally see Leafy. Add him. Hit checkout. Little ring of death just keeps going, and I'm sitting there like, okay, nothing sold out yet. Payment thing, same error as you. 404 proxy payment like not accepted or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Hit all the check out again, put my info in, Luffy sold out, and I'm just like, oh no. Text you like what happened? And then you're like, I got you, and I'm like,
I'm freezing the line. I'm like, yeah, I could grab it.
yeah. He's like, I got you. As I'm sitting there like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
inside comfy, and he's been outside for like an hour, just
I mean,
freezing his butt
you
off.
did pay the $500 fee I asked of you, so it's all
Mm-hmm.
good, man.
Just a small price to pay for Leafy with ship.
I risked hypothermia for you, my man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But then I sat there for another like 10 minutes because like I'm always curious, like, okay, like what's actually popular? Because everyone hypothesizes beforehand, like, oh, this is gonna sell out or this is gonna sell out. So I just was refreshing it for a while, seeing it was gonna sell out. So Luffy sold out, Anakin sold, like the usual suspects, the stuff you'd expect. But then I was
Right.
surprised. What's the guy's name from Blue's Clues?
Oh, Steve. Yeah.
Steve hadn't sold out.
Mm-mm.
Itadori hadn't sold out. Polaroid cameras sold out though.
I mean, that was expected. I mean,
that sold out, like a bunch of other stuff that I was kind of shocked a little bit.
the big my in my video I make in my so I make YouTube videos, Sensei Serum, right, on
Oh,
YouTube,
really?
and I made a grading every single Funko Pop
Mm-hmm.
for New York Comic Con,
Yeah.
and I was like, the biggest sleeper is Kit and Doggy,
So
and
what's that from?
it's like from a Pixar short or a little movie, or I'm not sure. I have no idea,
Okay.
but anything Pixar ages really well over time. And I was like, you know what, this has potential, and I feel like not people were really hyped about it. I think that was the case up until the actual day of the con. Sells out really fast, so pretty interesting to see where that one heads in terms of value over time.
Yeah, we'll see. Because like again, like I feel like this drop had a little bit of stuff for everybody, and so like a lot of the top items for me were kind of spread out. But there's a bunch of stuff I didn't know about. But then I've heard other people saying like, oh, I'm super excited for you know Borat or whatever it is, which
Right.
I was pretty excited for
Borat
Borat
was a
too.
must for me.
Oh yeah,
What was interesting, very nice.
very
What was
nice.
interesting though, Goku, right? The one
Mm-hmm.
that dropped at Hot Topic. So my Hot Topic got in 60 Gokus,
Wait,
right? This one
60?
is 60, right? They all sold out. I
Really?
got two myself just because I already waited. I already got Luffy's, so might as well also get
Mm-hmm.
that just for the heck of it. It sold out. I also forgot to mention earlier that my Hot Topic got in 32 Luffy's. So if I was like in the top 16 people, the bag was secured, right?
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to take that chance. Like I said before, I was afraid people.
Was everyone buying two?
Oh yeah.
Okay, okay.
Oh yeah. Everybody. There was a couple that were right behind me, and the whole time, all these they're doing a lot of PDAs and stuff, and I was just
Oh no.
uncomfortable. In front of me, two guys were besties, so I'm just in the middle of these, like
Just reading your
ah,
manga.
I was just spacing out, like, could this go any slower?
Yeah.
And those got everybody got two.
Okay,
Everybody.
okay.
I went to box lunch. They had the Smee with Skull Rock. That one is fantastic.
Oh yeah, it was
I like
great.
I like that one. $40, a little
A little
pricey, but
pricey. Still a
I would
better
say it's
deal
worth
than the 3 liters, but it's another topic.
it. A little sody pop. You can't go
Yeah,
wrong with
yeah,
that,
yeah.
right? So I left fast, but there was in my line. There must have been probably at least 30 people though. So
Jeez.
definitely some disappointed people, probably.
Oh yeah, I bet. I mean that thing sold. So I wasn't on Hot Topic when it dropped, but apparently it sold out in like people said it sold out in like 15, 30 seconds or something on there. And then
Right.
Funko, yeah, same thing. Which I I think part of the reason why is the people buying two, which we already kind of touched on. But
Right. Another thing too, anime is hot, right? Come on.
oh
Anime is so hot. Another thing that doesn't help is was that on Whatnot, people are already selling like the con sticker ones,
yeah,
900, $1,000. And people are like, huh, this one's worth a lot.
mm-hmm,
I'm gonna go ahead and also invest in it. And it makes sense. $30, $35 turned into 120. I mean,
mm-hmm.
yeah, you can't pass up on that deal, right?
Yeah,
It makes sense. Unfortunately, a lot of disappointed people, a lot of
yeah.
disappointed fans. So
So that, I mean, that's actually a nice little segue into the overall NYCC experience. So day one, apparently, they were lacking a bunch of con stickered items, including
right,
Luffy being one of them. And I don't know if they just their order was delayed or what happened with that, but apparently Luffy, like, it was sold out after the first like 30 minutes or something like
right.
that. Or the ones that were there were
I,
shared
well, I
stickers.
I have an inside man who is
Okay.
at NYCC. You might know of him, Fox Crown.
Ah, okay.
Love that man, very funny man. And he was
Hilarious.
telling me like people at 11 a.m. were getting shared stickers for the most part, but people at 2 p.m. were getting the con stickers.
On day one?
So yeah, on day one, that's what he told me. Not sure if that's 100%, but I mean he was there, so I'm gonna take his word on it. And so I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Funko might have decided, you know what, the people that probably got 11 a.m. they might have got extra assistance, and so let's mess with them a little bit. I don't know.
Oh,
That's what I'm
backdooring the back
thinking.
doors. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like, hey, how did because were you familiar with that process? How people were able to sign up for the time slots?
Yes, unfortunately. I
You
didn't do
do?
it
Okay.
myself. I didn't do it myself. I didn't even go, but
Right.
I'm aware of what happened.
Right. So I bet the people that were able to get the first ones, some probably the majority that got them legitimately. However, there's always a way around legitimate means, and I've this is my take on it. I could be wrong, but how
Yeah.
funny would that be? Funko would be like, you know what? Let's mess with you a little bit. I don't know.
We'll give
I
you
think
the
that'd be
shared
funny.
sticker and not have stuff stocked the first day.
Right.
It's funny. It's funny because that would I wish that was the case, but a part of me is like I think they just got there late.
It's got there late.
Possibly. I mean,
Yeah.
after the what was the con sticker swapping on Charmander and the double stickering on
Enmu,
Funko,
right?
yeah, and all this
Even
other
Enmu.
stuff, yeah,
Yeah, it's quite funny how one sticker can change like what $120 pot for Luffy into like $1,000 pop.
mm-hmm,
So man, people will pay for whatever they want. If they want to buy a Funko soda for $100, I see people do that all the time. So for a common one,
yeah, yeah.
it is what it is.
I it's I will say, as much as I want to not be a sticker snob, it's so hard not to. It's like
It
just when
is.
you see that official con sticker there and you see how clean it looks, yeah, it's so hard not to. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna do it, and I see it online. I'm like, oh, that'd be pretty sweet. Like, imagine getting that signed or something like that would be primo. So it's
Right.
like like my friend. So funny story. So some of my friends were there, and he spent I think probably a solid like 4 or 5 hours running around the con trying to find a con sticker Luffy. Found one, not a bad price. And he wanted to get it signed. But
Hmm.
he said it took him all day to find one. Which you think like with all the people reselling, doing all this other stuff, and he was more than willing to play resale price, but you think that he would find one really easily. On Friday wasn't the case at all. So I think like the whole rumor that they were lacking on Luffy's on Thursday definitely holds true. As to the reason why, not really sure.
Right.
But it's definitely an interesting issue because it's been coming up the last three events, so SDCC, FunCon, and now. So
You know what's also funny?
hmm,
So there's supposed to be an upcoming winter Comic Con, right, or winter convention,
correct, yeah,
and those pops are available, like Toy Temple, a lot of
yeah,
people and whatnot. Like Spinner from My Hero Academia. That's one I really want,
yep,
and a lot of people are selling it for at least $40, which is early access. So I guess I understand there's a premium to that. It's just so funny. People have access to that, but when it comes to New York Comic Con, Funko, for like what maybe half the day at least, they didn't have access to their own stuff. It's like, what's going on?
yeah. The Toy Temple here literally has had Spinner for the last month for $60, and it's an official store, and it blows my mind that they have stuff early. But then when it comes to actual con stuff, it's like, where's the stuff? How are
Were
you
you
missing
watch?
half of it?
have you seen Skittles Rampage video on the con at all by chance?
I've seen the first day or two.
There's there too.
Mhm.
I think he passes Toy Temple in one of them, and it's being sold at New York
Oh, I
Comic Con.
did see that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, how are they allowed to do that? You know?
Yeah, it's like it's just right there. It's at an official event. Like they're a partner with them. Like I think they have exclusives through them. I'm like, how is that allowed? Like, but because there's a poll date on the box, and like if I go to
Yeah,
Target
you're
and try
not
to scan something, you can't do it. They'll pull
right.
it.
Street date, yeah,
Yeah.
and that one I think is for December 2nd. So not sure. There's a loophole. A lot of people can take advantage of it, and a little unfortunate, but I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna happen somehow, but it just surprises me when it's not on Whatnot or Macari or eBay or whatever. It's like an official retailer. It's like, what in the world?
Yeah, it's crazy how like Whatnot has blown up so much, and they have their own booth, and a lot of people went to NYCC, sold this stuff through Whatnot.
Mhm.
Have you invested into that at all when it comes to like buying con sticker pops through Whatnot or anything
I
like that
haven't bought.
lately?
I've bought sodas through Whatnot, but I haven't bought con stickers stuff through Whatnot. Honestly, buying con sticker stuff is just like it sketches me out because unless you can see really clear pictures of it,
Oh, gotcha.
I don't want to buy it.
Yeah, yeah. Con stickers, they make the difference, and then there's like sticker swaps, and I don't know, a lot of finessing you could do with that.
Mhm.
I was tempted to get like a con sticker pop item through Whatnot over the weekend through some auctions, and
What would
I
you
don't
have
know.
got?
Ah man, I really want the Itadori with the con sticker. I feel like that one. There's not a lot of hype with it right now, and I don't know. I just feel like that's the one worth investing in. I already mentioned Fox Crown. He's having a mystery box. He went to New York Comic Con. He lives in New York, so
Mhm.
it wasn't that difficult for him to go to that convention. And he's having a mystery box, and I don't know. He bought a lot of Funko Pops for it, like 32 Funko Pops and sodas. I hope to pull that
Damn.
one at least. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'll be sweet. So speaking of, I guess the whole reselling and the whole other issues with NYCC, Fright Night.
Oh, this is
What
all you, man.
What? Well, I guess before I get into the meat and potatoes of it, what have you heard about Fright Night?
Fright Night. So you asked me to help you because you love Freddy Funkos in
Yeah,
terms of Funko sodas at least. Freddy Funko sodas. I wasn't able to participate in that event. I had a meeting I couldn't get out of. So, but what from what I heard, it was quite the mess. It was unorganized. There were like what 20,000 boxes or
yeah,
right, and a lot of people missed out on it. I saw a picture of one guy on eBay
I saw
selling
that
at
one.
least like 50 boxes. He got like 50 boxes of them. I don't know what happened, so I'm quite curious to hear what you had to say on the matter.
Let me just say I would have hated to be the social media team on I think that was like Thursday or Friday because that picture was making the rounds on like Discord, Facebook groups, Twitter, Instagram, and people were just adding them like livid because so many people missed out. Because in reality, like, it was U.S. only, which people can use reshippers and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's only what 20K boxes for that many fans, and you got horror, you got Freddy fans, you got like flippers, you got all these people all going for it, and it's like it's gonna be a mess. And then the first 3 minutes of it had a cart issue where it was just looping you the whole time.
Right.
And the part that's funny is that that's not even like the worst of the issues when it comes to actual Friday Night.
Really, what happened?
So there, we touched on earlier the backdoor links. Apparently, there was backdoor links going around in a bunch of the discords, like the Funko Finders Discord and whatnot, and a bunch of the Facebook groups. So people were getting backdoor links for that, and it was selling out. And then, like it was just like a really weird experience because
It's it's so interesting though because like a lot of people were not a fan of what was the contents of that box, like
yeah,
the original box. A lot of people were disappointed. They were like because the Freddys weren't like not Lex Luger, he's a wrestler, but what I don't even know any of
like
the horror
Spider Man
things.
and
Yeah,
Thor and stuff from the
yeah, thank you.
Mondays one.
I'm not a horrors person, so it might take me a minute here. Let's say Freddy Krueger, right? That's
Yeah,
what I was trying to think
or
of.
Jason
There
or
wasn't
whatnot.
like a yeah, it was Freddy as a generic Halloween character, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the most part. So a lot of people were disappointed by that. Were you disappointed by that?
No, and the thing is, I'm not a horror collector to begin with, though. So I had tempered expectations going into it. I just care about the sodas. If I know they're gonna have Freddy's, I know they're gonna have sodas. I'm like, I mean, I don't care what it is because I collect Freddy sodas.
Right.
But I feel like people's issues were is that they always compare events or different items to one another, and they don't take it for a standalone, like this is what it is. As a standalone, this is what it is. I think it's a great thing, but when you're comparing it to the Fun Days box, which had Spider-Man, Thor, Carnage, Russell, Batman, like had all this other stuff, and their
Heavy hitters.
the actual like event Fun Days box had like Optimus Prime and Loki and like all this other stuff, like
Macho Man.
yeah, exactly. They had like all these fan favorite characters. Like people were expecting it to be like that. Like the boxes were reselling before they're even in hand for what, like $300 or something like that.
Wow.
That and it's like, but no one
Hey,
knew
are
what
you
was in
talking
it.
about the ones with are you talking about what happened this past weekend or the one that happened
Oh
the
no,
one that
this
you got?
this last weekend, the one that I got was reselling
Hmm.
for $300, and so people were like buying Fright Night, the actual event tickets for like a few $100, and
Hmm.
people were just going all in on the at home boxes and at the event boxes. I think they were just
Okay.
banking it on being like Fun Days, and it kind of wasn't the case at all.
No, it was its own thing, which is a good thing, you know. It stands out in that way, but the sodas for the actual event were what, like candy corn versions of the Freddies that were in the other box, and
More
then
Squid Games.
Squid Games. I like Squid Games.
I do too.
I feel like right now there isn't much hype with it as it was before, so
Season two
um
comes out what, next year?
I think so. I hope so at least. I really do like Squid Games.
Oh, they'll spike then.
Yeah, right. So and a lot of people were disappointed with the actual event that was held by Funko at New York Comic Con when it turns with the Fright Night. A lot of people had very high expectations. I guess Funko didn't deliver. I thought they did okay,
Hmm.
but I wasn't there for it. They did announce Demon Slayer Funko Pops.
Oh, I
Oh,
know.
they got Inosuke, they got Rengoku, I think Shinobu, Kanao, Shinezugawa. Very great characters. Very excited to get those.
Hmm. So I can speak on real quick for the in-person event. My friends went, and apparently they ran out of food. Like
I heard that too.
right away, and there was a bunch. The lines were hectic, and they had no seating, and it was super kind of dicey and whatnot. But once it got going, they said it was great. Just a lot of
Okay.
people fighting over stuff, but they were super excited for the Demon Slayer pops. There's a 3 liter Hulk.
Oh
Um,
yes.
what else was there? There's
The Wednesday pops as well.
yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff that's getting released, but as a whole, they said the event was fun, but there's just a lot of lack of planning with it.
Right. And then another thing that's very nice about that event, free protos. Very nice protos given out.
Have you seen some of the ones that people got?
I saw one of the Naruto ones. It was like a 6-inch one too, proto.
Mm-hmm.
Very phenomenal. I think Diz Trackers got Scarlet Witch, traded to get that one, traded away the Shaggy Funko Soda.
Yep.
Have you seen any of the protos that were there?
Yes. So apparently, so I'm in a few proto groups. I don't collect them, but it's fun to see. Um,
I had no
a,
idea.
a lot of people got soda protos. So like Shaggy, one of my friends got the Blacklight Donatello. They got like Creeper, just the sodas from all this last year. They got a lot of those. But apparently, what I didn't know was that they had a costume contest, and the top four they gave out a bunch of jumbo protos to. So
Really?
somebody got, I think it's the 12-inch Charizard. Somebody got a proto of that. Somebody got the Child proto. Just some really high end Pokemon ones and some other ones.
Really?
But the best proto I've seen is somebody got the OG Freddy Soda proto, and I'm like,
Ooh, that has your name on it, right?
if I have 2K, it does, which I do not, sadly, for a proto.
Just so your whole collection, you know.
Yeah, just liquidate the
You'll
collection
get there. Yeah.
for a all white
You
Freddy
do. You
proto.
have. You have what? King Bradley.
They had a King Bradley proto too, and I saw that and was like, I wish. Proto, they're so expensive.
Yeah.
But that event made me get a little sad though, because I'm like all hyped up for the event. My friends are messaging me there, and I'm just like looking on Macari and whatnot, and I just see protos start popping up, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Protos. I don't think I
Hmm.
have any protos. Do you?
I don't know. I mean,
No.
maybe a proto robo, but that's about it.
Mm.
They're just there's the principle of them is really cool, but they're just so expensive.
Do you have any AP Funko sodas?
No, I
No.
think
All right.
the only way to get those really is the events or like the Twitter giveaways or the photo challenges or whatnot. Or Soda
Yeah,
Saturday, which
I've heard some people pulled it just randomly too. I don't know how
really
rare that is, but that has to be quite exciting
I
to
feel like that's one of those
pull.
like wives' tales where it's like
I don't know. That's fun though, if it is
it's
true.
not the idea of it's fun, but it's like
What
I've
if they
never
did
heard.
that with Funko Pops, where like you could, like randomly get a proto, like the ultimate chase? That'd
The
be
problem
pretty
is though
fun.
is I feel like a lot of the pops are bought up by like third parties or booths or whatnot.
Hmm.
And then they redistribute them out. So I feel like they'd be just be looking through them then, and then just relist them.
Yeah, for sure. Oh,
Maybe that's just
you
me.
could only imagine,
And then
right?
you'd find like the occasional one at Walmart or something that's just completely beat up. But
Walmart, man. That's a whole episode we get into. Walmart, Target. Yeah,
it really
we could spend a whole
is.
episode on
It
that.
really is.
New York Comic Con. Final thoughts, I guess. I thought it went well though. Overall, I know a lot of people were probably disappointed with Luffy. Other than that, I feel like for the most part, I feel like everybody got what they wanted. Like the people
Yeah.
that checked out on Funko.com,
Mhm.
everybody that I talked to said, "Yeah, I got everything I wanted."
Yeah.
Obviously, probably besides Luffy, like yourself.
So as a whole, it sounds like we had a pretty good experience with MICC, but we'd love to know how your experience went.
Yeah,
Good.
good or bad.
Yeah.
Feel free to let us know in the comments, guys.
Maybe you couldn't get Luffy and just want a flame hot topic, but either way, let us know. Be sure if there's any other topics you want us to cover in the future, we'll be happy to do so. In the meantime, I'm your host, David Pop LV.
And I'm Sensei Serum.
Catch you guys next time.
Bye, everyone.